Welcome to Milo's Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to introduce you to the Big Blaster Consortium. Now, let me explain to you a little bit about the Big Blaster Consortium. The Big Blaster Consortium is a group of players and people who have gotten together to kind of start a small business, okay, for the community. What they're doing is they're selling 3D printed products. Norman from Secondhand Blasters is the figurehead. There's several things that are going to happen with this company. I'll try to explain them to you. But these are the first two products that he has on his website. This is a display stand for an S100S Viper. I had him printed in, quote, the ugliest colors he had. This is what he came up with. It actually looks kind of nice. I mean, kind of gives it like a interesting feel to it. Now, this stand here is like $20, and it's able to support a Viper, and it's got enough room to hold 5 magazines, which is not bad at all for $20. It definitely looks good. And I know people do display their Vipers and stuff like that, so this is just another option. And again, this one here, the design here came from a friend of mine, David from Canada, aka Tag. He's a good friend of mine, and I like to support him and Norman from Secondhand Blasters like that. Another thing that Norman was able to acquire was that he acquired the files from Joshua France for the FFW Accuser. Now, this is a little bit different than the versions that Joshua would send out because he would only do all orange. Well, Norman understands that people want them for display and stuff like that as well. So you're going to be buying twin packs. The first one will be a custom color choice of your choosing, and no colors are off limits. You could get an all black one if you wanted to. Trust me. But what it's going to be is that the first one's going to be a custom color choice, and it's just for display purposes. It will function and everything like that. The second AccuSaver that you're going to get will have orange on it. This is what the game version looks like. The game version here that you're going to get will be safe enough to use in most games in the United States. I also know that Norman from Secondhand Blasters, or should I say the Big Blaster Consortium as it's called, is working on other things too. He's also got, he's working with a group in Australia called NXT. And they're sharing files back and forth and stuff like that. So he'll be having some of his sites. So he'll be having some of NXT's wares up on his website soon. I have no update for that at this time, however. Another thing that's going to happen down the road with the Big Blaster Consortium is that you'll be able to buy review samples from YouTubers. Such as, these are blasters that were only used on camera, only had a few shots fired through them or whatever, and you'll be able to get them at a pretty good discount. That's one of the other things he's willing to do. He's trying to what he's trying to do is that he's trying to start a business to kind of help pay for his hobby. He doesn't want to make a fortune at it. No, he just wants to pay for his projects, just like most everybody else in the community. You know what I mean? So like I said, though, he's acquired files from FFW. He's got files from Tag, a.k.a. David. He's got files from NXT so far. He's also working on getting files and blasters from other things. Mainly, he's going to be selling kits, okay? Parts kits for blasters, for say. Or cosmetic stuff like this, stuff like that, But this is the kind of stuff that he's going to be selling. Later down the road, he will be selling fully assembled blasters and stuff like that, I'm sure. But again, he's just starting. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'll put a buy link in the description below to the Big Blaster Consortium. But definitely go there and check them out and definitely give them some love. They're a small business in the community. And y'all always say, take care of the community. So here's your opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. But I'll put a buy link in the description below for the Big Blaster Consortium. Or the BBC, as we call it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is Miley's Mods signing off.